So a very interesting comment. This person says, you have to know the problem. There's the religion, and they use the religion militants to shut your mouth if you talk against the religion. So get rid of the religion to get rid of this problem. This is your favorite half Chinese. Well, it isn't about religion at all what's happening. And if you think that the age group is any religious group, they are also not. And if you say that any T group is a religious group, they are not. In fact, they are all working for the biggest T group that there is, and that is NATO. They always go everywhere to destabilize regions that the West need to have destabilized in order so they can keep their hegemonic position and or steal the resources. And that's the fact. They never, ever did anything for Muslims whatsoever at all. Never. They actually attacking them, as we can see in Syria right now. They're not helping the people from, in the Middle East, what's happening right now. Not at all. No, they're fighting against what the West calls enemies, those enemies that never harmed anybody from the West. So all that religious militant is just BS. And people need to start to understand. I'm going to give you a couple of clues. Osama was a CIA operative.
Can't read mine, no you can't read my poker face.
He was the founder of... So what does that tell you? I don't think that the United States is Islamic, so we cannot say that that group was a real good Islamic militant group, because they were not. They were fighting for the benefit of the capitalist from the United States. And that's it. That's all there's to it. The blind sheik, 7 times he came to the United States on a CIA visa, landed on JFK Airport in New York, one of the most heaviest secured airports in the world. While he was #1 wanted on the T wanted list. What does that tell you? They're not religious militants. They're not. They have nothing to do with religion. All to do with being militant. They are proxies serving NATO states. That's what they are. And then you have the Taliban, which is, oh, you're so bad. Who created them? It's again the West. They didn't just sprout up because they wanted to. They have been set up like them. Then we have the ETIM. Who are they getting their weapons from? Did you ever see their weapons? Again, it's the West. These people are not religious. They are just BSing people. Just stop it. What you should get rid of are the capitalists. Without the capitalists, we do not have imperialism. Without imperialism, we do not have imperialistic wars. We do not have all these kind of things. That's what you need to get rid of. Not the religions. The religions have nothing to do with it. I understand that people think like that because that is what is being told to us. Oh, these Muslims are this, oh, yes, oh, militant, oh, T groups, blah, blah. But if we look at all the T groups, each and every one is linked to the Western imperialist. When you look at, for example, the Muslim Brotherhood, who set them up? That's again the West to overthrow the government of Egypt. You know who else came from the Muslim Brotherhood? The H group that did that weird attack, which doesn't make any sense when you look from a strategic perspective. That is also why I think it's a false flag attack, just so they could give Izzy the pretext to do what they're doing right now. People need to start to wake up. It has nothing to do with religion. It all has to do with imperialism, which comes out of capitalism. It's all driven by capital, not by any religion whatsoever. Honestly, wake up. Really, wake up. People need to stop thinking, oh, it's this or that. No, it is all has to do with imperialistic behavior, which has been set in motion by the capitalist. The same one that are now also exploiting you. by overcharging you for everything that you need in your life. Let me know what you all think of this in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. We are not uncivilized barbarians. And as always, have a great day. Your favorite half Chinese.